So you think we can set off Sierra Blaster cartridges with this handheld initiator called the BuzzBox 75? We're going to find out today. Welcome back to Mine Operator. I have with me Sierra Blasters today, but I'm going to use them a little differently. I'm not going to use a generator to initiate the blast. So what we need to do is hike up there and walk into the adit, and I'll show you around.
The adventure continues. We're gonna go all the way up there, and Chad's got something set up for us we're gonna go take a look at.
Yeah. Today I've got water with me, some mixing tubs, and a pan.
Here we go.
Mortar and pedestal?
Yeah, actually no, that's back at the mill site.
We got a human stamp mill back at the mill site as well. It's Harry operated.
Yep.
We got a mini jaw, we got a small orbital. We got everything.
Use it.
Yeah, that's funny. Everybody buys a mortar pestle, sore thumb, and then it turns into rust.
Yeah, they do.
Well, now we just use our drill bit and go into the vein and catch, the cuttings, and then go and pan it, and then it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's going on here. Do you think there's any snakes in there today?
Check her out.
Let's find out.
And as always, do a snake check. And look on ledges too, because we've seen them on ledges, around chest height and behind rocks. And they are super camouflage. So we're gonna move in slowly just to look for rattlesnakes. And there have been bats in this mine too. Had some bats fly right by my head. The back looks good. Not seeing any fresh rock coming down. I'm going to get another light on the GoPro so you can see better. That had to hurt.
It's a great place for a snake to hide.
All right, we got a junction or an intersection here. I'm going to go right. Little cross vein right here. Little stringer. Look at that massive pillar holding up the whole place. Still got the sleepers in the ground in some spots. So they were blasting in here. The walls are just coated. You have to literally scrub the walls to look at the mineralization. Ooh. Smells like rats. Rat poop everywhere. Mice poop. Okay, looks like they started stooping up on something. Oh, there's a loose rock. Get out from there. And that don't look good. So I'm gonna back up. Let's check out the other way. Small prospect. Pause here. Missed that on the way in. That's what they were chasing. Rather nice mineralization there. Up on the back. So let's see if we can go find more of that. Looks really good. Seeing some copper here. Look at that mineralization there. Huh, that looks good. More mineralization. Okay, there's some copper there. Okay. Okay, now years ago, I did encounter a rattlesnake in here, eating all the rats and mice. It was a healthy rattlesnake, so I'm gonna look everywhere. It's a big piece of steel. Looks like they were using it to contain the blast, or maybe it's a muck plate. Let's just take a look around here. What's going on in here? There's a lot of mineralization. No rattlesnakes yet, thank goodness. Okay. I am seeing a lot of copper, a lot of iron. This is where they were drilling and blasting. Looks like the mineralization ends here. There is a lot going on in this stuff. Beautiful. All right. This is an area worth exploring. So we're gonna set up the drill and the Sierra blasters, and we're gonna pop off some of this rock.
All right, we're underground and snake check is complete. That's the porthole. And then we brought some toys. We're going to test Sierra blasters using a device that we have, and we're going to see how it goes. So we have been tinkering around with this vein, and there's some pretty blues in here. Chrysocolla. There's some. This is sulfur, confirmed by assay, and then this is kind of where the vein is going.
Going on here, and when you spray it down, let's see if it bears out.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, I know that the vein turns right here and goes that way. You can see that. And it's angled at that angle. But like I say, once you spray it off and make you see it then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, everything's coated in this mine
Right.
with like blast dust.
He was spitting on it and getting some clarity. But it looks like it took a big turn here, which makes sense because of the way they're...
kind of matches. But this angle goes down like that.
So they were missing part of the vein. It seems like most of it's still above them, like they were partially drilling through it.
Okay, this here and that there matches right here. And that's got the high iron.
That could be your
or
foot right here.
whatever minerals in there. But
Yeah.
it definitely makes a turn and goes that way.
I mean,
And
you
it
could be
gets
right at the
really
start or
wide
something.
here.
So this could be just a blob in here. Unless there's something else that comes in that we can't see and meets this one.
This fracture zone, this kind of looks like what could be a possible hanging wall.
Well, that's, let's see.
Or the
Where's that?
vein splits and goes a new direction there.
Okay, right here.
Or does it come together?
Uh,
Oh, look at this here. I think you got more hanging. It extends further out, if I'm not
well,
wrong. Go ahead.
where is it?
All right.
Lower that light a little bit.
Yes, sir.
See, where it gets chalky, that's where your two sides pretty well separate.
Yeah, you got stuff right here, material
Yeah.
right there.
And then over here.
We could be under it right here a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh,
it.
look right here. Here's picked it up right here again.
So years ago, I came and prospected this mine, filled up a half a bucket, and I got gold, and I mean big gold, flakes of gold. I came back with my dad. We prospected again, pulled out, I don't know, 10, 15 buckets, and only pulled out fine gold. So I'm hoping today to use the Sierra Blasters, one, make sure that we can use the handheld initiator to initiate the blast, and two, blast some new rock and see if we can get on some of that flaky gold, the big gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the drill set up and let's get started. I'm using the Sierra Tough SDS drill bits that Sierra Blasters sells. I believe they're 10 millimeter in diameter and varying lengths. And I'm switching between the drill bits to keep them cool. Now I'm using the air pump that Sierra Blasters sells to clean out each hole. Now I'm going to load 2 boosters and one 375 Magnum cartridge into the hole. The hole depth is 16 inches. I am not going to use the stainless steel blast heads. I want to try stemming with some coarse material, some sand, some clay, and see if I get the right mixture or if all of it just shotguns right out of the hole. I am using the hose on the air pump to load the boosters and the cartridge. I'm only going to place one 375 Magnum cartridge in holes drilled 8 inches deep. Okay, so I used coarse material to stem the cartridges.
Yeah.
And it's really challenging because they're horizontal holes, they're slightly up, and some of the material's fallen back. So I bought some clay, and I'm gonna try this out. I know coarse material is everyone recommends using coarse material, so I do have coarse material in there, but I wanna put just a little bit of clay to cap it. So let's see if this works. I'm gonna roll it up, see if I can get it in there. I push it, and then I've got a little dowel, a 5/16 little dowel. Just gotta see if I can drive that in.
And how deep are those holes?
They're 16 inches, these two, and I have 2 boosters and 1 Sierra Blaster cartridge in there. And what I want to do is try blasting today without the steel blast heads, just to get an idea of how well stemming can work and how much better, or if we get any difference in regards blasting rock with or without those steel blast heads. It's nice having those steel blast heads, but if you want to do 5 or 6 holes and you don't have that many steel blast heads, you might need to resort to a technique like this.
Wouldn't that real sticky slimes you got do the same thing?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Use that clay?
Bring it back from the mill site, huh?
Might as well.
Might as well. Don't have to buy any product. I
Yeah.
mean, that looks good right there.
Yeah.
So I'll finish that one off. Call that one good. And go ahead and do each one, and we'll let you guys know when we're done. All right, so I got the wiring done to the Sierra blasters. These holes are only 8 inches deep. I only have one cartridge in here, and in here, no boosters. These holes are 16 inches deep. I got 2 boosters in a cartridge, 2 boosters in a cartridge. Then I was running out of battery power, so I only went 8 inches deep in these. But I brought 3 batteries this time and should be able to get a lot more done.
The device Chad has, we're gonna see how many of these it will push for the Sierra blasters. The Sierra blasters on their website say it needs 200 watts to run their system. We bypassed their system and we're just going straight from the cap to electrical ignition. So we'll see what the results are.
I got the line shunted.
Nice.
This is 16.2.
Okay, 16 gauge should be fine.
Yeah, we should be able
We're
to...
not going that far.
Yeah. What we're going to do is test out the BuzzBox 75 handheld initiator, and we're going to attempt to initiate 2 Sierra Blaster cartridges with this. Let's find out if it works. Got a brand new 9-volt battery in there. I like how this is covered, so you can't even accidentally touch any metal on this.
Nice.
They say that there's enough energy in this handheld initiator to cause serious harm and even death when holding, or if you were touching the wire while you're initiating the blast.
So that means it's a good little
Yeah.
juice provider.
It actually has an automatic continuity tester
Okay.
on the front, MSHA approved. So we are wired up, good to go. We cleared the mine. We are safe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole!
That was groovy.
Whoa,
That was good. All right.
that was
How
cool.
big are those little blasting caps again?
Wow.
It is rather dusty.
I had that in more.
I hope we got this. A crack in the rock?
Oh yeah, it did.
Get
Okay,
a chipper in there, that'll come right out.
gotcha, yeah. Chipper, pry bar. All right, so it did fracture that rock. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro. Got a nice crack going all the way up. One down here. So, perfect. All right. Look at all that calcite, man. Easily distracted. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire the hole. That was a pretty good blast. So we had that hole there, that hole, and that hole went off. So we had some fly rock. These holes were only drilled 8 inches deep. So we'll be able to come in with the pry bar, break this off, because the rock's fractured really nice. Yeah. Bring a scaling bar in, a hammer chisel. We'll get that. We got the sample here on our muck point. Easy.
Oh, there you go.
Got some samples there.
He's kind of knocking out the area. It looks like there's.
Looks like that garnet. It's pretty globular.
Well, so where he's looking, you got to look at that face this way because it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, and it's globular.
Oh, okay. Did you see it?
No.
Well,
I believe you.
look at the globular then. I'd love to get your.
So what's the foot behind that?
So using that sprayer really clears off the face, and you can see the mineralization so much better.
This is a fracture,
That's a weak point.
and that hole's another weak point. We got this fracture over here,
Yeah.
so probably maybe three. One, two, maybe one right there.
Yeah. And we just found out we could initiate 3
Oh yeah.
with this initiator.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I drilled 3 holes, 8 inches deep, and now I'm going to load each hole with the 375 Magnum cartridges. Using a 5/16 wooden dowel works pretty well in loading those cartridges. Now I'm going to use only clay to stem these holes, but I have a feeling they're not going to work out too well, but we'll see.
That crossed my mind too, man.
Yeah, you put a Sierra Blaster in an old stick of dynamite.
Yeah, that'd be unexpected excitement. So I'm keeping the wire off to the same corner on each one,
Okay.
so I could be methodical. I think that's a good idea. Maybe what we could do is even do like a little notch on this side so we don't ruin the wire.
You'd be all right. That insulation should be good enough, just as long as you don't pinch it on something sharp. There's our little Sierra Blasters, and then what the old timers were doing, drilling and blasting. They were dry drilling too. There's a good fracture up top, so this rock is really fractured. There's a chance the Sierra Blasters won't do much, or it'll be enough to knock this thing down. It's kind of cool. We're on the old muck plate the old boys were using.
That's true.
You know, this is the last place they were working in this location before they left.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. So I'm grabbing one side from each cartridge. And I'm tying just one side together right now.
Gotcha.
So that's one side done. And I'll start with this one. All right, they're tied together. We're shunted over there.
Shunted. Drift is clear. Cool, the light works. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole. Oh, it's still there.
Ah. All right, let's see what went right and went wrong. Okay, so probably lost the gases out of the fracture.
Yeah, definitely. This is pretty fractured now. Need a single jack.
Yeah.
It's definitely fractured.
Want to try something?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to give you a little recap of what we did today. We drilled and blasted. It appeared that it didn't go off, and as we pried into the rock, we recognized that it did go off and we didn't have a misfire. There wasn't any misfire, but the fractures in the rock let the gases escape. So one thing we wanted to try, which we did, was blasting without the steel heads, and they did okay. It fractured the rock. You could come in and bar down and hammer off, or take a chipper hammer and break into it finally, because this rock is so hard. You can't take a jackhammer and a chipper hammer and get this to fracture at all. So to come in with Sierra blasters, blast and fracture it, that's a great technique. Our recommendation would be to still use the blast head from Sierra blasters. We would be able to blast the rock better with the blast heads. And so we'll have to come back next time and use those blast heads in here. But it's a very remote location, difficult to get to, and we wanted to try a new technique. So,
And now to bag and tag our samples, take them back to the mill site, and we're going to use the Keen RC812 crusher roller combo. We're going to split our sample and send it off for a chemical assay. Then we'll report back with the results. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.
Fire in the hole.